people! Dozy 4J, Wagwan.
What's good?
Welcome,
What's good?
welcome.
What up? What up?
Thank you for joining.
Put in the caption thing. No name is on the way.
In the caption.
Yeah, or featuring no name parentheses on the way. No name servant.
Add a title.
Oh no, just type in the comment and then you can pin it. Yeah.
What should I say, sir?
Just no name. Just put no name servant on the way. Yeah, put his tag his page on the way. Here's a current event. Woman escorted out of Chick-fil-A for preaching the gospel. That's definitely a.
No, she had to have been in there just disturbing the peace. She couldn't have just been.
Oh, she is, and his name is Jesus. Yeah, she is disturbing the peace. You don't gotta be obnoxious, you know.
She said his name is Yeshua.
I mean, no, Jesus. No, she's like screaming to the top of her lungs type stuff. Like,
You could be calm. You could just,
some people just want to make
go out
themselves.
and pass out some flyers. Nothing too major, you know.
Some people just want to make themselves a spectacle, I guess.
What if they don't want your flyer? Like, what if you're like, oh, I'm about to give somebody what do they call it, track?
Well,
and speak about the word, and they're like, yeah, no, thank you.
I'm gonna say here, it's better that you keep this and that you just let it sit with you for a while. Maybe you don't want to receive it now, but later on you're gonna want to.
Let it sit with you. I should basically give it to them anyway.
So I did my choice.
Okay, yeah.
I did my part. It's it is definitely like. What do Yahshua say? He says like when you go out to a city, if they accept you, then dine there, sup with them, give them the word. But if they don't, shake your feet off as it does. Dust your feet off and keep it pushing.
Yeah, for sure.
You can't force people to. Yes, agreed. The winter outfit is fire.
Oh,
that was Gina.
Hey, welcome to our live.
Spam a couple people's inbox with the. We gotta go live. We gotta do the live work.
I know.
The camera button. Yeah.
No, not requested.
Oh, not that. That. No, wait, no.
Can we get a style segment from Deja? Tap to answer question. Yes, we're let's right now. We got time.
Segment?
Yes.
Okay. Well, right now I feel like the trend is definitely neutrals. I've seen some plaids, oversized attire, high neckline is giving. I really like what's the term when you just look like an NPC every day?
Yeah.
Like you just look like the same character again and again with different, like slightly different attires.
Okay.
That's a vibe. So I try to live by that. So yeah, that's what I have to say about fashion right now.
Okay. Heard. I like that. Yeah, man. Yeah, we were saying earlier she's giving us the cholo look today.
Yeah.
Yes, roasting me basically.
No.
Not a rose.
Come on, what? Yashara, the blacks, Latinos, and the natives. We can be wherever we want.
Yeah, that's what I was giving. Mexican.
I have a whole persona, Brandino Arino.
Oh.
Brandino
Arino. When I step in the local Luna and the salsa, the patata, the capoeira.
the this or that. Man, I guess I never met Brandino
Arino. Oh yeah, I used to slick my hair back in the day with the
I have seen this
unbuttoned shirt and the.
And them hips, they had them hips going.
Yeah, it's going. Oh, I used to get them every time.
Oh yeah. And they started
no chance.
speaking back to me, spit outside. Me no speaking Spanish. Just
I just play Mamacita. I just play.
Yo conozco uno sentenzo.
How is y'all week though, man? What's going on, man?
My week was solid. It was very solid. However, I had the post Thanksgiving break rush where everyone gets to work and they just want to work and they want to do stuff they haven't done all year. And where is this and where's that? Can we hurry up and do this in a huge rush? And that was my whole week. I felt like with work. It was like, where were you last week? Where were you last month? you haven't said anything since February, but now, it's the end of the year. We want to get this work done. So that was kind of how my week was. I actually posted some gym progress photos, which I'm not like a gym progress photo kind of person.
The gains.
Mm-hmm.
The gains, yeah, and losses. But
yes.
I was motivated by the fact that like I kind of had a slow burn in the gym this year.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wasn't like hitting the gym 5 days a week going crazy, but I feel like I did a consistent 3 days a week of like exercise and then like consistent diet. So in my mind, I'm like, I don't think I've made like any visible progress really. I feel like I look the same. But then when I went back to photos and was comparing, I was like, oh, I have made progress.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like there's a lesson in the slow burn of like consistent lifestyle over like super aggressive approaches that you can't keep up. Like if I can do a consistent 3 days a week from now until I'm 70, that's amazing.
Honestly, with the when it comes to clients, I always gotta tell them, look, progress photos. I don't want to hear about you trying to look in the mirror. You need your photos.
Yeah, the photos is the real evidence. It literally doesn't lie.
Yeah, sure.
I remember some photos back from when I was at Madhouse, like just when I started going with Lo and Gina.
Mm-hmm.
And you actually said that when we were there. It was like, oh, y'all about to go take like y'all photos or whatever. Like, you better take photos.
Yeah.
So, the photos don't lie. So, I posted my photos.
It was going to the posing room.
Posing room,
yeah.
Yes.
That's where
mirrors.
Photos are.
The light just hits you all perfect. It's a scary place. I'm going that room. They stay in that room.
No, Madhouse is bad lighting. The posing room is the only place.
Yeah. But I've grown now, so I can take my own self to the gym. I don't need as much accountability with the girls.
Yeah, that's good.
So
that's growth,
That's growth, yeah.
I appreciated the results post from this week,
Thanks.
Definitely. But I always forget to take pictures, like before and after, and I'm like you. I need to be a lot more consistent.
It's because you got the sleeper build.
The sleeper build, yes. I'm going for the sleeper build, and I just want to keep it asleep.
He's gotten a little buskier since. He's gotten a little buskier.
What? Is that even a word? He's buskier.
And so, D, what do you mean like by that? You saying like
my cousin Tim, who's like huge. That's like Pennsylvania language, like busky.
Busky.
Like buskier, bro. You got built. Like,
built and husky, huh?
Yeah, I mean, a little rounder. Shoulders, rounder arms, rounder. The chest been poking out the shirt a little bit.
I was doing all this cardio this year. I feel like the majority of the year was cardio. It was predominantly cardio, but
you kept your protein high or something because it's not like you've like shrunk or something like that.
Yeah. I definitely don't miss meals.
Yeah.
I think Elijah's growing his grown man body.
His grown man body.
Grown man body.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, this week this week was good for me. What did I do? Hey, what's up, brother? This week was good. It was like you. It was busy at work, so we were understaffed. They all decided to go to freaking Miami, so I was one of the few that stayed back, and work was slammed. Mm-hmm. But it was cool. I had some dealers yell at me, but I'm like, it's gonna be okay. It's not really my fault. They're just expressing that frustration, and I had to just lean on the Most High. Definitely in those times during those calls, but work was cool. I did hit the gym a couple times. I got to can't hear nothing. Yeah, that's fine. Is that better? Maybe. Yes. No. Maybe so.
Yeah. Let us know if you can't hear or you can hear us.
Yeah. What's up?
Yo, what's up, Dominique?
Okay, I can hear.
Okay.
Cool.
All right, cool.
Okay.
Yeah. And I hit the gym. I love doing shrugs. I don't know why. I like the pain that I feel in my traps. So.
Okay.
Just a little side note, I guess.
Okay.
But yeah. Now this week's been good. I'm reading. I've been kind of a little bit all over the place. I'm reading the book. I'm reading Mark, and I've started reading the Genesis, the beginning, and I'm correlating Genesis with Jasher, which has been cool. And then I have been reading this book Pastor Omar wrote called Hebrew Cosmology.
Oh yeah.
And woo, man, I tell you, it's been beneficial with my relationship with the Most High because I'm realizing how close Yah is to us. In the sense, like, he's not millions of miles away, like how we are taught K through 12. Like, he's literally right above the firmament. And it's just like, it's like, wow, like, I think the word says he looks down on us like grasshoppers. And I've been playing this game called Sims, and it's like, oh, it's literally, that's how the Most High is like literally viewing us. Like, as I'm driving in my car, he is like literally like, oh, you know, he can see me. Literally, quite literally. So it's been a blessing, man, just getting into the word and understanding that there are four corners to the earth, and that we don't live in the globe. We don't live in the globe.
They're not ready for that conversation.
I think it's really dope. I think that Pastor O writes this. Okay, so when you read the book like that, your pastor writes, like, we're used to listening to him in the capacity of like the sermons that he puts together for the congregation. But Pastor O actually has like so much more knowledge and wealth of very much other particular knowledge. So when you want to know more, that's why it's important to go and read the books that he writes, because this is stuff that he's not necessarily teaching on, like in service. And so that book is really almost like science-based, kind of like debunking science. And he doesn't spend a lot of time on that in service.
Yeah, now I do think that he did this series. He did a series on Hebrew cosmology. But for me, like, some of the big good takeaways science-wise is, like, I did not know how deep the Catholic Church is rooted in science and the theory of, first off, it's called the model is called the heliocentric model, I believe, which basically is that everything revolves around the sun. And then from that, like, Nicholas Copernicus, he wrote this. Nicholas Copernicus was like a bishop, or he was high up in the Catholic Church, and he was commissioned to write this theory on the heliocentric model, which is basically against the Most High's word, and the Catholic Church funded all that. But, you know, I realized so much, and Pastor O mentions this in the book, that from that dispelling, like Satan creating this theory on how the globe looks, so many other forms of evil have come from it. And science-based thinking. One example is the Darwin's theory of evolution. You know, all this science. And I can't remember the verse exactly. I want to say it's like 1 Timothy 6, where it talks about shun profane babblings and science.
No, do not give in to false vain philosophy of science, so-called. It's in 1 Timothy, I believe. Now,
that was good. It's just like, and I see it so much to this day, but that was one of my big takeaways from the book.
Yeah, that's a whole alternative thought. You have to go into, you know. You know, don't y'all get, any of y'all don't get hung up on the cosmology conversation yet. We gonna bring that conversation back around in another episode. For sure. All right, guys. Because I would want to have some of my evidences lined up for that time. I don't want to, just. Sorry,
I dropped that seed, but listen, we're gonna touch on that on another episode. Do it deeper. We're gonna have the facts and the scriptures,
for sure.
You know,
you guys. Another thing from this week, I've been doing every week, is memorizing verses. So I've been memorizing like passages, and I'm trying to see how far can I take this. Like, can my brain really hold like 20, 30, 40, 50 passages if I do it over time?
You can do it.
So I'm gonna pull out one today from this week for you guys, and this is coming from, and this is not our precept, but I'll make it quick. This is coming from, man, I really can't remember, to be honest.
So my week.
I'll bring
circle back.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. So, excuse me. I'm still in my thoughts. I'm recovering from some stress. But my week was a blur. No, I'm kidding. My week was cool, man. You know, just a busy week of coaching. Clients are like, you know, you're going out of town again already? You know, I coach can go on vacations too now. Like, I've been really trying not to be a workaholic in a sense of giving myself time off. So I'll be in Florida this upcoming week. And then the next week too for my sister's cruise. So I've been really preparing for that. You know, my dog.
Have you ever been on a cruise before?
Huh?
You ever been on a cruise?
Yeah, twice.
You know you're gonna be stuck on a boat like with your family.
Yeah, I've gone on a cruise with them before.
For days and days and days and days.
I've done. We did Mexico.
Okay.
You know, with the family, we did that a while ago. That's the trip where I learned how to play chess.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm still cool. I'm still cool with the chick from like Michigan. That taught me how. It beat her at the moment I learned. I beat her like forever.
To this day, she cannot beat you.
Of course not. So yeah, that I'm looking forward to that with the fam. But yeah, I've been taking care of my dog. My dog got a cone around his head. You know, he got bit by another dog while I was out of town. So yeah, he's got a good sized gash here.
Oh no!
So yeah, I've been. I took him to like the ER last week because it happened Thursday, and when I get to pick him up, it looks like he hasn't been looked at all. Mainly because my aunt, who was watching him, she got basically their dog attacked him. Their dog used to get along, but that dog was her age.
Oh yeah.
So she fell, fractured her spine.
Oh my
little
gosh.
bit. Yeah, she's got about 4 weeks to heal. Yeah.
No, this got chaotic quick.
Yeah, so I didn't find out that until I actually visited last Friday. Their dog, attacked him, and she's trying to break it up. Honestly, she shouldn't have been helping at all because she has some health issues, some surgeries, some knee surgeries for her balances and all that. But her husband is a truck driver, all this crap. But he's fine. He's just really annoyed of this cone he got over around.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But is that this week it's just been busy, man. It's just been busy. I don't know how else to put it. Just with that, trying to get into this investing life on my Robinhood a lot more. Getting ready for tax season, trying to decide if I want health insurance this year after what I've been through, right? Why am I even thinking about it? So yeah, I've got a lot of deciding and decisions to do.
Yeah,
I'm probably gonna.
The year, that's how it is.
I'm probably gonna do a lot of it while on vacation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that'd be good.
The verse came back to me now. I just needed to. I was trying to remember where it was from, but it's
here.
Go ahead. Okay, it is coming from us, Isaiah 40:26 through 31, and it says, "Look up in the sky and consider, who created these? The one who brings out his attendants one by one, summoning them each by name." Because of the Lord's great strength and almighty power, not one is missing. Why do you say, Jacob, and declare, Israel, my ways are hidden from the Most High. My God does not consider my predicament. Don't you know? Haven't you heard? The Lord is the everlasting God, the creator of the ends of the earth. He does not get tired or weary. Youth will become tired. Young men will certainly stumble. But those that wait on the Lord will renew their strength. They will fly up on wings like eagles. They will run and not be tired. They will walk and not be weary.
Hallelujah. Nice job.
Thank you.
Nice job. That was impressive.
Dope, man. Well, yeah, man. I used to have to memorize a lot of verses growing up. I went to private school for like 5 years, and we did a lot of verse memorization.
Yeah.
I guess this is an interesting part of the week. Well, one, connected with an old friend, which was really great vibes.
Thank you, Mom. Sorry.
And then today, my client read my shirt. She said, "Are you a Black Hebrew Israelite?"
Sure am.
Are you?
You want to fight about it? You want to talk about it?
No, I said no. I said no. Like, no, I'm not. Like, what does that mean?
What does that mean?
Are you like, because when people ask questions, before I answer, I need to understand what perspective you're coming from.
Yeah.
And what are you really asking, right? Or do you even understand what you're asking? So I had to peel the onions back for her.
So
like,
you didn't just say no, you asked her.
Yeah, I was like, do you mean that as in a nationality sense? Do you mean a religious set? And then she's like, well, my brother. My brother and my husband have gotten all this thing. I'm like, well, my last name is this. I did the research on this.
Talk to him.
I did this.
Talk to
so does that make me a Black Hebrew Israelite, or does that just mean I actually know my nationality, unlike most African Americans?
I think she took that the answer was yes, you are one. That's what you should have walked.
You know, people love to put people in boxes for their brains to comprehend.
Yeah.
Where to associate you with.
Yes.
Yeah,
but it's good that you asked her questions.
Well, yeah, because again, like people an African American knowing their identity is not a religious title or sect. It's It's no different from any other nationality. You know, like knowing you don't just call an Iranian guy, oh, that's a Muslim man.
Yeah.
Like he's from Iran,
right?
Or he's from Turkey,
yeah.
Or you know what I'm saying? Like,
I've had that question. Oh, are you a Hebrew Israelite or something like that? And then the next thing I've heard is, I hear they're very aggressive.
Yeah.
So then I want to be like, I mean, you're looking at me. Am I aggressive? Like, am I what you would expect? Am I what you describe?
So I always have to distinct, like, yo, look, I love those brothers, but no, I'm not one of those. I'm not a part of that group or whatever that be screaming at folk on the side of the street on the intercom. Like, I have to separate myself from that image.
Yeah.
You know, and so yeah, we just had, I just kind of walked her through that my personal story, kind of how I just did that recent post. For her to understand, like, look, some of us can actually do the work and actually prove these things and come to realize we're Israel without just joining a religious sect. Right. And so, I took kind of walked through that conversation. But
it's also like saying all Christians are non-denominational or all Christians are Pentecostal. Like if I'm a Christian and someone's like, are you Baptist? Like, no, I'm not Baptist. Like, I'm a Christian, but I'm not Baptist. So if you just ask me if I'm Hebrew Israelite, I'm literally not, I'm like technically not a part of that particular denomination.
Yeah. Nah, I heard on that, man. So, but yeah, that's kind of how my week went, man. Yeah, that's just how my week went. It's a lot. My brain is still kind of staticky.
Yeah, we were dealing with some technical difficulties before we started live, and
it was stressful.
But we had a breakthrough.
Oh, sure did.
About 3 minutes.
Look, man, the devil been trying it today for sure. You know what I mean? But the Most High's here, and Cruz is almost here as well. If not, he's about to pull up. Okay. Not Cruz. Not. I shouldn't have said that. NoNameServant is almost here. He's about to pull up. He just texted me that he's almost here. So whether he then tailgated, I gave him the directions on. I think he's here. Yeah, so brother's about to walk in a little bit.
Let's get it.
I think he probably tailgated his way in. But
sure
that's okay. I've done it before.
That's fine.
Listen, I got yelled at by an old white man. Hopefully he did.
All right.
Should we send out some more invites before we jump into
Yeah, go ahead. All right, we finna get our guy on here, y'all. Hold up.
Brief intermission? No intermission.
I'll do another one of my memorizations for us in the meantime.
Psalms 1.
Psalms 1, which says, how blessed are they that reject the advice of the wicked, do not stand on the way of sinners, or sit where scoffers sit. They delight in Adonai's Torah. On his Torah, they meditate day and night. They're like trees planted by streams. They bear their fruit in season. Their leaves never wither. And everything they do, they succeed.
What's good, brother? What up?
Hello, welcome. Yay, I get some honors here.
All right, we're gonna have to scoot in just a little bit so we can fit in this fit in the live. We're on this camera here and this one right here. All right, so yeah, man, we got our boy No Name in the building, man. We was just really just catching up on our weeks, how our weeks have been, what's been like, what we've been up to. So yeah, man.
How's your weekend?
Oh, and if you want to go live from your gram too, that's cool.
We have a device for you to put your phone up.
If you want, it's no pressure.
Yeah, I want to share it.
Okay, all right, then go. So go live on your phone. Oh, actually, no, don't go live. Join this one here, and then
you might have to turn something off.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they add a request to go live.
Yeah, send a request. Yeah, there you go.
But y'all want my stuff muted, right?
Yeah, your
just for like
down.
feedback.
Yeah, no, his camera's down.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, and then accept, and then I can just put it.
All right, sure.
Is it good?
Kingdom Outkasts live.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Oh, so is that? Fam, we can't. Don't be
I got the muted.
All right.
Oh, I see what you mean.
All right. Is it?
Because we can hear the audio off this one if you mute the camera on that one.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's muted. Do y'all hear feedback on the live? Okay.
If y'all mention anything in the chat, if y'all hear any feedback,
Can you put it straight?
yeah, angle it down.
Okay, cool. All right, yeah, we here. All right, cool. I think it's all good, right?
Yeah, it's cool.
Okay.
All right, cool. But
I think we're about to just like get into the preset.
But yeah, we was just catching up on our weeks and how everything's been, man. What about yours? How was yours?
Man, it's a lot going on, but with the Most High, I can't complain.
Sound like it. Well, I was complaining for sure. I ain't gonna play, boy. I needed a bit for a moment. Nah, but cool, man. But yeah, now we move into our preset, man, where we read a verse, that one of us has felt, on our heart for the week, and then we, choose a Hebrew word out of it. So for me, I chose to do 2 Peter here. And while I bring it up, y'all, just so y'all, know how we operate today, man. We got our boy NoNameServant in the building, man. He's a truth music artist. And we're gonna get into his story a little bit, learn some things from him, and just chop it up, man. Just rap, all right? So, all right. So here is the precept: 2 Peter, chapter 2, verse 19 to 22. While they promise them liberty, they themselves are the servants of corruption. For whom a man is overcome, of the same is he brought into bondage. For it is after they have escaped the pollutions of the world through the knowledge of Adon, the Savior, Yeshua HaMashiach, they are again entangled therein and overcome. The latter end is worse with them than in the beginning. For it had been better for them not to have known the way of righteousness than after they have known it to turn back from holy commandment delivered unto them. But it is happened unto them according to the true proverb, the dog is turned to its own vomit again, and the soul that was washed to her wallowing in the mire. How y'all feel about that? What y'all get from that?
Conviction
for sure.
Yeah. The vomit. You don't want to go back to that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I read that personally just because I feel like that's what this year has kind of felt like for me personally. And acquiring so much knowledge and truth over the years, but then finding myself going back into old habits and old ways at periods of time,
right.
And it's been a struggle, man. I ain't gonna lie. It's been a struggle because it's just like, bro, no matter how much knowledge you acquire about the word, it doesn't cure your wickedness, right, if you're not actually, working, on that for yourself.
Yeah.
I feel like that. Yeah, that's a verse, about backsliding, mm-hmm. And the biggest part that rang out to me too is it's better that you didn't even know. It's better you stayed in your ignorance. Mm-hmm. If you have the knowledge and you double back, and so when you read that, it even makes you feel like, dag, does that mean I'm unredeemable? Does that mean I can't ask for repentance for the same thing again? But then that's just the word, that's just Satan in you. So
right. That's one of those convicting scriptures, man. I think because I don't know, I feel like we all have a desire to increase our understanding of the Most High and just studying and gaining knowledge. But when it comes to actually applying it, we had to lean on the Ruach, like to being able to understand the Most High's word. He's like, because I mean, I know for me, like I had so many years in the world where I had built up these habits, you know, that they've been hard for me this year to break off of. You know what I mean? And I'm praying, I'm like, Most High, please help me. And I think like this verse reminds me of like that dog going back to its vomit, and then like it's better if you didn't know knowledge of Christ is like almost like your heart has just become hardened so hard that like you're like okay with the sin that you're like I'm dead set on sinning, and I can't move anymore. I think Most High, I'm not there, but it's like just having that reliance on the Holy Spirit and being like, all right, Most High, help me with this problem that I'm facing so I don't continue to sin against you. And I can just be like a vessel for honorable use. Just really being led by the Holy Spirit with that and being diligent in gaining knowledge, but like as you are gaining that knowledge, realize that like knowledge puffs up, but we gotta be on the block.
Yeah.
I feel like this verse reminds me of a message I heard recently.
Okay.
A message I heard recently. Pastor Will at Refuge Church, he's in Powder Springs, like here in Atlanta, and he basically was saying that we need to get to the point where our sin literally gives us PTSD. Like when we think about, when we think about the sin and the way that we used to live, it brings up negative memories because that's when you're going to really change. When you feel like some of your ways or like, you know, your true nature is like, oh, this is just still so actively tempting to me. Like it's an active temptation. You're kind of really not there yet. You know, you've grown past it when you think back of your old lifestyle and you're almost like ashamed, embarrassed, or negative thoughts come up where you're like, man, like what was I thinking? I can't believe I was looking like that. I can't believe I was treating my body that way, or whatever your case was. You wanted to bring up that like negative memory, a negative experience, so that you literally lose your palate for it.
Right.
Yeah. One thing too that helped, like I was watching a video and this elder was explaining like it take a couple of days, or actually like a week or two to start making habits. You know what I'm saying? So like to reverse a bad habit, you just replace it with a good one. So like if you got a habit of like following the song, you gotta reprogram your mind, like substitute that with something else, with the spirit. And that's how you reprogram your mind. Like you song into the spirit more and more and more until you all that other stuff's like gone. You ain't thinking about that no more.
I'm gonna admit that's something I need to do with weed. Okay, that is definitely where I'm like, okay, cool. B, you've been going longer periods without dabbling back. You know what I'm saying? Been going longer. You know, but you need to now start when you feel like you just want to relax or woo or whatever. You need to replace this with something else.
That's a good point.
Like it's like I already work out. You know, I try to get an hour reading in or something a day.
Reading
you know,
is a good one. For weed, reading is good as a replacement for reading and tea, because when like if you're kind of used to
CBD tea.
Regular tea.
Got it.
When you're thinking like, okay, I'm trying to wind down for the evening.
Okay,
reading it will make you sleepy, like especially depending on what you're choosing to read. So if you're like, let me just like get in the bed and read, not to just have knowledge and understanding, but read to calm my mind, you're gonna naturally start getting sleepy.
Right.
So it's like things like that are, or making, drinking a warm drink, a tea or something like that at night, where like instead of doing that habit, you do this, you start to ease your mind, and you get the same effect of like bringing yourself down.
Yeah. Okay.
But
well, you gotta send me some teas because I'm not a tea person. So you're gonna have to send me some teas. For real, man. Oh, you a tea person too?
I'm crazy on it, but
I grew up hating tea. I ain't gonna lie. Like, but I've learned there's some teas that
I feel like we should introduce our guests. So we kind of did just jump into it. We didn't do like an intro at all. So we want to know, like, tell us, about yourself a little bit and where you're from. Then we'll continue on.
So I don't know, the audio is working.
So thank you. Is it better now? The audio. I know I wiped off the camera. I don't know about the audio.
Did somebody say something?
Yeah. There's a chat.
Is it
y'all hear? Y'all good?
Is it?
I think they can hear. It might just be weak.
Somebody tell us. Can you hear?
It might be the echo. So we got
y'all got to mute that. Yeah.
It's going to keep it's gonna keep the volume to a minimum now.
Okay, so if that one's muted, then we should be good.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. Cause my mic was on.
Okay.
You just muted the mic. Okay.
Echo.
How's it? All right, it's good.
It should be good now.
Okay,
we
good.
muted that side, so.
Okay, dope. Yeah, okay.
And also, thank you for hopping on with us, bro.
Oh, yeah,
it's really a blessing to have you, man.
I love doing like, you know what I'm saying? Cause like I feel like everything transitioning into like social media, content creation. So
Yeah.
they doing that in the world. Like we gotta do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
got to.
So I support. I like, you know, what I got going on.
Nah, for sure.
Where are you from?
Michigan.
Midwest.
Michigan, up north. I've been down here since August of last year.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
I'm from Ohio.
okay, Midwest.
Yes,
So,
sir.
you Ohio State.
No. I mean, like, I'm from Columbus, but like growing up, of course, you're a Buckeye fan, but those fans are like, they're just too crazy, bro. So I rock with the Buckeyes.
They be beefing Michigan and Ohio.
They had a brawl.
Okay, so y'all, all right. Don't even have to break up nothing.
No, ain't no beef.
No.
And I was born in Detroit.
Oh, okay.
As long as you stay away from football talk, right?
Yeah.
We don't need
distractions.
The West Side. No, I only lived it for like a very short time, so I'm not gonna claim
both of y'all
major,
Michigan. I'm the only Atlanta native in here.
I stayed
You're not an Atlanta native.
I'm not an Atlanta native.
I didn't think.
I was
who am I to tell you?
born and raised in Georgia. I lived in Florida for 5 years, and I was raised by New Yorkers.
Okay.
But
You're Atlanta. Okay.
For sure.
My bad.
Know what I'm saying, Shotty Cook? I need to start talking like this, bro. Know what I mean? You know what I mean? For sure. But but yeah, man. So after let's get into more about his music stuff after we get into the Hebrew word and such.
Okay.
Right?
Cool. Yeah.
So from the precept we just did, 2 Peter chapter 2 verse 19-22. We like to choose a Hebrew word out of it. So whatever passage we read, we choose a word, and we want to look at, okay, what is the Hebrew, meaning behind this? Because, our English language a lot of time takes, definitions out of stuff. So
that's why, for sure.
Yeah. So we'll go ahead and dive here into Strong's Concordance.
Okay, so we chose the word bondage.
Yeah,
that's good. I'm just gonna tell you.
So we chose the word bondage to review.
Yeah, what does bondage mean, right? So here we have Strong's 56, 59, abduth, okay, abduth. The part of feminine is noun feminine. It is the definition: servitude, bondage, slavery. Word origin derived from the root meaning word to work or to serve. Very interesting. It has an emphasis on serving, right? Mm-hmm. Corresponding Greek and Hebrew entries, the Greek equivalent is doulos, which means slave or servant. The usage, the term abuse refers to a state of servitude or bondage, often implying a condition of being under the control or authority of another. It is used in context of physical labor or service, typically under compulsion or as a result of conquest. Last, cultural historical background. In ancient Israel, servitude was a common social economic institution. It could result from various circumstances, including poverty, debt, or being captive in war. The Mosaic law provided regulations for the treatment of servants and slaves, emphasizing humane treatment and possibility of eventual freedom. The concept of servitude also carries spiritual implications, as Israel's history of bondage in Egypt served as a powerful metaphor for the spiritual deliverance and redemption. And so that's basically what it means. Word's origin is abad, which is, it's a little bit more finite. 56, 57, abad, which means to work, serve, labor, or worship, to till, enslave. So it gets a little bit into meat of, that work part of bondage or slavery. Mm-hmm. But yeah, man, that's the word, with our scripture that, talks about, backsliding, ending up back in bondage with whatever, you were again.
I feel that description comes to mind like against your will, basically, like working for something against your will. So when you have a certain stronghold in your life, you're not willingly giving your time, energy, and money to this thing. Like it's like, so it is a stronghold because you cannot seem to basically free yourself from it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, okay, if your thing is like gambling in particular, some people will gamble themselves out of house and home and be on the streets because that's an extreme example, but against their will, they continue to give to this thing and work for this thing, and it's not anything that can glorify the kingdom.
Yeah. See, there's people in Vegas that went there 20 years before on vacation and still haven't left.
Returned.
Like they're just broken. They're poor on the street.
So that's how most of our sins are. Like most of our sins, we can't basically work for them, and they have total authority over us until we rebuke it and change.
That's, man, it's crazy because, when you were in the world, you were just willfully sinning, just willfully doing things, right? And then you come into this walk. A lot of people think, oh, I'm just, I'm new, right? And it's a process. For some things, the Most High will deliver you, I feel like, straight away from. Some people do get completely delivered and they never have to taste for alcohol again or whatever. Some things you might have to work on or you might struggle with most of your life, Right. And so it's just very interesting. Yeah, I've definitely found myself even at times this year of like, I don't want to do this, but I want to, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it really feels like bondage. Like, wow, like, and then that can even get into that place can make you even question your salvation. Like, yo, am I really saved? Why don't I have the strength? Why I'll have the ruach to overcome this? Yeah. And so I've had even those real conversations with the Most High. I'm like, what am I missing? What am I doing? Yeah. And I've got my answers, for those, right? But I'm pretty sure that y'all have experiences.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, definitely with smoking, bro. Like for me, I think about, like you just mentioned, basically Paul mentioned it in, I don't know where it was, but he's like, the good in me that I want to do is hard to do, but the bad in me is easy to do. Yeah. It's like, I'm paraphrasing here, but it's like, I think that's just the thing with like being involved with sin. Like the world makes it look so pleasurable and everything, and then you come to realize that, oh, I can't get away from this, like I can't stop doing this. And like one of the words that you mentioned, or the definitions I wanted to mention was, it says in the usage of bondage, often implying a condition of being under the control or authority of another. And literally I've had that feeling like, dang, I know I don't want to smoke, but I want to smoke. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it's like, I can't stop myself.
Yeah.
And I think then, and where I've started to experience and have freedom is when I just lean on Christ. I'm like, all right, I need to actually pray. Like these thoughts, I don't know where they got planted at, but I need to go and pray. I need to get in my word. And that's how we combat the enemy. But like, it's realizing that I'm under the authority of the Most High and under his control, and not necessarily these tempting thoughts that are coming from Satan.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, most definitely, man. So, it's good to be able to be, transparent about some of that. So,
right.
Yeah, but
current events.
Yeah, get into the current events a little bit.
So we talk about things that are going on right now and give our little opinions on them. It's usually topics that are touchy sometimes, but these ones aren't too bad.
For sure.
Not too bad.
So the first one we have here is Canada firearms ban. So I don't know if we have an article.
Yeah, you dropped it in the chat.
Yeah, I got you. I'll read.
This news to me.
Oh, yeah, man.
Here, I got
but let's shot. So I got it. Canada.ca, straight from their website. Government of Canada extends list of prohibited assault style firearms and moves forward on regulatory change to strengthen gun control. Backgrounder: the government of Canada has taken further strong steps to tackle gun and crime to uphold its commitment to keep city and communities safe, quote unquote. And I'm gonna just rip through this. Extended prohibition of assault-style firearms. As a part of its comprehensive approach on December 5th, 2024, the government announced the prohibition of military-style assault firearms. Accompanying the prohibition is an amnesty order, which expires October 30th, 2025, that protects businesses and owners while they come into compliance with the law. So they're giving people time, I guess, right, to come into compliance with it, right? And they did something like this in America with assault firearms, like ARs. Like you had to take the arm piece off, because
that's when you're
just know I exercise my Second Amendment right. But the amendment classification regulations have resulted in a prohibition of 104 families of firearms, encompassing 324 unique makes and models. The full list appears below. Over 19,000 non-restricted makes and models, equating over 127,000 variations of firearms, remain available for hunting and sporting shooting in Canada. So
I just want to say that the thing I've heard a lot of people say about Canada politically is, if the election doesn't go this and that way, I'm going to move to Canada because in Canada there's free healthcare, and in Canada taxes are this and that, and it's just better in Canada because crime is low. This is what they say. But on the flip side, they don't have as many individual freedoms. That's clear. So the same way that people are saying we want free healthcare, know that that's probably going to come with some loss of personal freedom.
Yeah.
I just know that if this were to be here in America, the citizens would, I think that the Trumpers would lose their mind.
For sure.
Y'all thinking about passing this legislation? Okay, bet we'll have another little riot. But I really do think that it's just part of the agenda, the 2030 agenda of, I don't know if I should even say the names, but we know who we're talking about. Their agenda in regards to they can't use force if people have weapons. They can't use excessive force. So, Canada, they have to slowly remove guns and certain types from people's homes. And I think it's under I'm reading this article here. It's under the farce of them helping out the Ukrainians in their struggle against Russia, and we know who that's. Who that one's behind.
Right.
So it's just all part of that agenda. I think as a Second Amendment right holder, I'm not giving up nothing.
Yeah.
Well, and you might not have to worry about that for 4 more years. But after 4 years,
what a lot of quote unquote Jewish people would say is that these things is what started to happen before the Holocaust, happened. Is you start to see the laws on firearms start to get tighter. Mm-hmm. Basically, they're saying that all this stuff is leading up to a quote unquote Holocaust or something, which we see some things in the word. Some of us in Israel in Yasharal, we feel like we might have to fight our way out. Some of us, based off of certain verses, think the Most High is just going to give us a route of escape. In Isaiah it talks about smiting the stream of the seas again. Yeah. So his people can cross over a dry shot. Mm-hmm. So there are even in our community different perspectives on, hey, will we need to fight our way out of here? Is the Most High going to deliver us out of here unscathed? Yeah. Is some of us going to end up tribulation saints fighting for our freedom and stuff, and some of us is going to escape out? So I feel like that's how this is definitely relevant even to the word and prophecy. What you think, man?
Yeah, I feel like they doing that in Canada. We ain't far behind.
Yeah, they've already had the talks.
Mm-hmm. I say 4 more years. Okay, 4 more years. I don't know how y'all feel about the election, but this is one of those places, no matter how you feel about Trump, like you can bet your bottom dollar that they're not taking anybody's guns while he's in office.
Yeah, for sure. I think one thing I expressed to somebody before is, his role in office is to, he's talking about making this a quote unquote Christian country again. His role is to make everybody else accept his demo, certain type of, white people or whatever you want to be, hate everything about faith and morality. Let's misrepresent the gospel and create this Christian country, evangelical Christianity country, under Trump. And now, by the time he's over, people are going to want so far the left, so far lawlessness. Now we're ready to instill this United Nations 2030, agenda. Y'all can look it up. And so and when you find out the book, Barron Trump's Underground Adventure, The Last President, written in 1890, about Trump in 1890, like it just shows it's just a plan, it's just a plot,
Yeah. I had a thought, but I lost it.
Okay, so the next news article I want to discuss is the Sanhedrin calling Jews back to Israel. So I'm curious. Now that is curious to me, just because Israel is not a safe place to travel to at all for anyone. So can we discuss?
Yeah, I'll read off an article. If I can find one. Oh, yeah, here we go. No, I got it. Yeah, Sanhedrin just called all Jews to move back to Israel. This is backtojerusalem.com. The Sanhedrin of Jerusalem, in some ways like that of the Supreme Court of the United States, it has made an official ruling that that is making massive waves around the world by calling on Jews come home to Israel. Quote, "We are the rabbinic court of Jerusalem, and we have officially ruled that all Jews around the world have obligation to do whatever is in your power to come to the land of Israel. That is the mitzvah of Torah biblical requirements."
So does that include us? Can we just, in droves of hundreds of thousands of Black Americans?
No,
I don't think
of course not.
We don't want to go.
They've been depopulating the Ethiopian, Jews there for years now. It was found, and this was on the news, that they've been the vaccination they require have been causing 50% infertility. And so their numbers have declined by like 50% over the years, Ethiopian Jews.
Yeah, so they're only talking to certain people when they say that.
For sure. The Sanhedrin's ruling was sent out to Jews worldwide in English, Hebrew, Yiddish, French, and Spanish.
Spanish? Okay.
Jews can individually choose not to follow the mitzvah that commands Jews to live in Israel, but will be in disagreement. And what's wild is that, last part, the rise of anti-Semitism has been the worst since the Holocaust of World War II, and has caused many Jews to return to Israel. Not Sanhedrin is calling all Jews home. What's wild about this is that it's actually, I believe in the Song of Solomon, there's I wish I could think of the verse, but the Most High specifically does not want us to try to create a state. To reinstate ourselves until he brings us back together.
Which makes sense. And
so it's funny that this mitzvah, right? Is that a part of the Torah, or is that a part added to the Torah?
I'm honestly not sure. I want to look that up. I feel like it's added, and I'm thinking it's more of like
an addition,
a doctrine of man type of thing.
Yeah.
In their interpretation of Torah.
Right. Because the Torah doesn't force Israelites to live in Israel. It definitely encourages, to take from your tribe and to, and this is if you're dwelling with Israel, these are the laws, but knowing the Torah is like forcing you to, you know what I'm saying? I don't believe so.
Right.
Yeah, the article is interesting. It says, my concern is that with the Trump victory, and this is a quote, it says, "My concern is that with the Trump victory, many Jews that are in North America, the majority of Jews perhaps in the world, are feeling safer." Wander said, "They are a lot more comfortable with not coming to Israel. I always say that Kamala Harris was the Aliyah candidate. Anti-Semitism has exploded in recent years, and the Biden administration has done nothing to stop the rising tide. Open anti-Semitism is accepted in the Democratic Party." So So, I mean, I think we all know like Trump is very pro Israel. So he's gonna find a way to make sure that they're okay. But it's interesting. I think about when Yeshua got crucified. This is literally the same council.
Mm-hmm.
That was like, nah, we don't. He's not.
Well, this is the replaced council. They replaced. Because Turkish.
Oh yeah.
Right. But yeah, I feel like the next current event we could maybe get to like after the alternative thought, right? Or the next one. What you think?
We can just leave. Move on.
But if we got time, we want to talk about Feast of Dedication since it's Feast of Dedication season. Hanukkah, some may still say, and versus Christmas. But we'll get to that hopefully.
So for our main topic today, we're going to talk about predestination. So I want to pose a question and get everyone's take on it, which is, what does it mean to be chosen? So predestination in the word is the theology that the Most High chose us before the beginning of time, before we were in our mother's wombs, meaning that he knew that we would choose salvation and that it was our destination to be in salvation, meaning we're chosen. So what does it mean to you to be chosen?
So I feel like it say literally in the word, he preordained you and he predestined you. So he knew you from the womb. He knew what you were gonna do and where you're gonna be at. But I feel like because he gives you a free will, a choice, you get to choose how you're gonna get there. Like you know what I'm saying. And some choices that you make, like let's say you're supposed to go to college. Like I paid for your college, you want to go to college. But now the decisions you make is gonna determine how you get there. Like you know what I'm saying. You want to delay yourself, but you're gonna go because I already paid for it. So I feel like that's how I do it.
Okay, I feel that for sure. I got a question for you. How do you feel? What was the process of you finding out the Most High chose you to do music?
So that's in me. Like I feel like whatever you're supposed to do is in you. Just like how you created, like everything in creation is replicates life. So the apple inside the apple is a whole tree.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you don't see the tree yet. It's a seed. So the way he made us, we got seeds in us. You got a whole tree and you got a whole tree. You know what I'm saying? That's your vision. Okay. So I feel like everything that you're supposed to do is already inside of you.
What was that moment of revelation of realizing the moment you realize, wait, the Most High chose me, and this is what the Most High has chosen me to do. What was that moment like? How did that happen?
Well, the moment I knew the Most High chose me was just like how he was dealing with me. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times he got me out of situations. Like he was dealing with me and coming through for me over and over again. And I always had that desire, like that tug, like people around me on some wicked stuff, but I always had that, my heart was being tugged to me. So that's how I knew. I was like, okay, and then whenever I go away and do something crazy, I get whooped. So
on time discipline.
When it said a father the Most High like a father to you. So like if he don't care for you, he gonna let you do you. You know what I'm saying? Right. If he wants you and is choosing you, he gonna just like Jonah. Jonah tried to run away from his purpose, but he had to, you know what I'm saying, go through what he went through.
So when did the music portion come into play?
Man, I always was in the music.
Okay.
It was always in me, like as a kid, you know what I'm saying? It was always in me. So
bro, make some good music, man. Some great music for sure. Yeah. Me and Elijah was just talking about before you came, like bro, you got that raw,
bro,
real. I'll praise the Most High.
Yeah, I was listening to the what's it called? From Boy to Man.
Yeah.
Is it EP or album?
It's a tape.
Make sure y'all go check it out on Apple Music because it's fire. Honestly, no skips.
And then all the other discography afterwards.
Yeah, of course. But I was just like, man, this is like, it was getting me hyped. Like, I need to go to the gym. And it would kind of remind me of like, I used to be a real big Chief Keef fan. I don't like, that puts me in a different zone. And it was a song, Sam Cooke, Chief Keef as well, and Chosen One. Those three. It gave me that vibe. I was like, man, I need to go PR in the gym or, hit 100 on the highway, But it's in a good sense. And like, I like your music, bro, because you're so authentic with, like, I feel like your past and then how the Most High pulled you out of it, And it's good. So I'm excited to, like, put that to my workout playlist.
Yes,
sir.
And it is, I think we do want to, like you mentioned about social media, how like we could get on social media right now and see a million posts about like foolishness, but there's not that much content to consume that is edifying. I feel the same way about your music, where it's like there's gonna be like there's gospel, and then there's like Christian rap, and then but you're in a lane, like a very niche particular lane where like there is a demand for it. Like people want to hear your message. They want to hear what you have to say, and like I guess the genre behind it as well. So it's like if I'm going and I'm like cleansing my palette of all music, I can only have so many artists that can replace types of music that I don't want to listen to. I don't want to listen to like the slow, pace all the time. Sometimes I want something I can hit the gym and like basically.
Oh, for sure. Oh, yeah.
I like some of the things I saw. On Brandon's story where you were lifting and you had like played a song. I'm like, man, like this song is really dope. It makes you want to like get active.
Yeah.
Yeah, I make music I want to listen to.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you want to be, you know what I'm saying, you need something for the gym, or you know what I'm saying, or you need some chill stuff.
Yeah. If you like that Detroit sound, for sure.
Yeah. Do you make your own beats too?
No.
Okay.
But some of my homeboys, they make beats for me and stuff. So.
That's what's up.
I just saw recently, Eshawn.
Yeah, I know.
He was basically soliciting that he's going to start selling beats that he's not using. So he has like a whole library. He only can use so much, like any artist. He only has so many that actually make his album.
Yeah.
So now he's going to start selling some of the ones that he really thought were great but didn't make the album.
Okay.
I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, for sure. Shoot, man. Yeah. What about y'all when it comes to being chosen?
Or
the moment it was like when you realized I'm chosen.
The moment I realized.
I feel like we talked about this.
We definitely have, and I think it's really just like coming into understanding that it's just like protection.
When you come into the truth, right.
I think when I think about being chosen, I think about those times that the Most High pulled me out of like my ratchet ways, and when I really just didn't deserve his grace in those moments. Like whether it's like I'm driving this drunk high and I'm like I really should have died. You know what I mean? But I know
been in jail.
Yeah, or just really severe consequences. But I'm like, as I look back on my life, I'm like, oh wow, Most High, you really had like your angels were really covering me. And then like going over to Kenya, I think I really had a real understanding of like truly what my purpose is in regards to like finance, group economics, and just what the Most High has blessed me with understanding and what I really am passionate about. But like how it's not for me. It's really just to be a vessel for him to help me, or to allow for me to win souls for his kingdom. And then I'm like, okay, well now I need to get back into study. I need to like really be understanding of the Most High's word and just be as empty as possible in regards to like my flesh.
Uh-huh.
But I've also come to the understanding that not everybody is chosen. Like I think everyone is going to have the opportunity to choose salvation, but not everybody is going to choose that for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very hard pill to swallow because I have loved ones that are like that, and I'm like, that doesn't make me stop sharing the message of the gospel. But it's just realizing that not everybody is chosen to be one of the Most High's elect. And I think coming into the truth as well has helped me in understanding like that I was really made for this exact time in history. As we are seeing, like, I mean, we have access to so much information, but like reading Deuteronomy 28, and then I want to say it's like a couple chapters before how he talks about how you are my peculiar people when he's talking about Israel. And then you see that being referenced in First Peter, and then you come to understand as to, I'm a Hebrew. Like, it's like, I really am chosen. And it's not necessarily because like I'm Hebrew, it's because I believe in Yahshua. But having both those understandings it's really a blessing. So
because he's really not revealing this truth to some people. Real quick. Do we have extra chargers?
I know.
Okay.
There's also one on the kitchen wall.
Well, whichever one's longer, I guess.
Okay, cool. What did I just say?
So you're not revealing it?
Oh, he doesn't reveal it to everyone.
Oh, he does. Yeah, and man, that's one thing I really had to learn to find peace with, because a lot of us can be so adamant about trying to, I definitely went to the stage of trying to prove to people, we are Israel, woo. And just some people, it just go over.
Right.
Like I was telling before, you came, how just this morning one of my clients, she looked at my hoodie.
Yeah.
Oh.
I do. It's under my
looked at my hoodie, and she saw Yasharal on it, right? And getgainswithgone.com, Kingdom, incoming Kingdom. Getgainswithgone.com, incoming Kingdom, hats, shirts.
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug, incoming Kingdom. But anyways, with a K, incoming K Kingdom. So anyways, but she's like, oh, you're a Black Hebrew Israelite. And I said, no, But then I went into the explanation of my journey into coming into knowing who I am and all that, right? Mm-hmm. Just so she wouldn't jump me into the box, throw me into the box, you know what I mean? And she's like, yeah, man, my husband and my brother are getting into this stuff, and I keep hearing Deuteronomy 28. I'm like, so when you read that, you don't.
It doesn't resonate with
right? She's like, I just see people try to, and I'm like, wow, like the revelation hasn't hit you yet. The Ruach HaKodesh hasn't revealed this to you yet. It's just not time, or maybe that's just supposed to be your level of knowledge where you're at. So I don't try to bang people over the head with this walk no more for that aspect of it. And just understanding, you know what? You believe in Jesus, you believe in the Messiah. I pray your walk looks like that. And that's what's most important, you know what I mean? Yeah. Rather than knowing just your identity. But I've told it time and time again, man, my moment of realizing I've chosen it came through research. And finding out my last name, Mashak, Mashhack, is literally the Hebrew word for Christ, Messiah. Like when you say Yahushua HaMashiach, that's literally my last name. And I'm like, whoa. And my dad, I grew up with my dad literally always saying, I just feel there's anointing on his family. Oh, shoot, our name means anointed. You know what I mean? And so for me, it immediately it became a heavy weight on me. Like, bro, my name is literally Christ. Like, if I mess up, I'm going to hell. Like, you had
every opportunity. Basically.
But then life started to make sense. This is why I can never fornicate and not get away with it. This is why I can never just do certain things and not get away with it. I see the immediate repercussions. Some people want to say it's the universe and
on-time discipline, more on-time discipline.
Nah, it's the Most High. Most High put them laws into the universe for those things to come back and smack you. So yeah, just like you, man. I Most High I got a bunch of whoopings from my physical father, but the Most High, he does it worse. You know what I mean? Yeah, he does it worse.
My experience has been like. Around the same time of like coming into the truth and like, being already in Christianity, but then realizing that there was like a greater calling on my life. I also had a series of dreams, and the one particular dream that I recall, what happened was I was like more so like having kind of like a sleep paralysis. So it was not a dream where I felt like I was necessarily in the dream. I felt like I was consciously having my eyes closed. Like I consciously was when I closed my eyes, and then I could hear the Most High like speaking to me and showing me like delineations of people where it went from like, millions to thousands to hundreds to like going smaller and smaller to me myself. So I felt like, he wouldn't show me that for no reason. What does this mean? So then I also around the same time came into the truth about who were the lost, like who are these lost, people that are so special to the Most High that he wrote this entire scripture about them. Like, who are they? Where are they? And why are they lost? It all started to make sense. And then outside of that, I always felt like, okay, of course I had like my mother, my grandmother, people in my life saying, oh, you're special, you're special, just pouring into me as a young girl. But I started to realize I'm very gifted and I have different talents, abilities. Why would the Most High, bless me with these things unless it were to you glorification of his kingdom?
Mm-hmm.
And so the Most High would not give me gifts and abilities and a purpose and, wisdom and motivation and all these things, take me out of my old ways to a new higher self, if I weren't chosen for a greater purpose, which is his kingdom. Mm-hmm. And a part of our being chosen also means that like our bloodline is chosen. So not just bloodline as far as like great ancestors and these things that we study and say like ancestral things. Like I'm saying my bloodline, meaning like who, the fruit that is going to be of my body, like coming on after me. I want them to be blessed and favored and chosen because of the lifestyle that I've lived. And so if I were to count, 10 generations from me, like that could be 50,000. Some people could come from 10 generations of a child that I birthed. So to me, that I feel as though I'm chosen for that purpose as well.
Yo, you
No, I mean I was thinking of something, but it was kind of like what you were saying before, like how some people just wasn't meant to get it. Like when I first got the understanding, like man, I was on everybody's head. Like I was young too, so I ain't had no like. I still was growing mentally, you know what I'm saying? But,
yeah.
Like the way I was bringing it out to people, like everybody in my family, like I messed up relationships off of it, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause I ain't had wisdom. Like I had a lot of zeal, but I was like, but it's not the way to do it. You gotta see where somebody at, you know what I'm saying? But over the years, I was just gaining more wisdom, understanding, dealing with people in the world. Like, okay, this is how you know what I'm saying? You gotta come at it with wisdom.
Yeah, for sure. You mentioned Pastor Omar earlier about his book. Bishop Brown, he actually released a book, Waking Up in America. For us, I still got to get that. But he released that book for people waking up, and like because of this, that the same stage most of us kind of go through. You know? But is what you said about the fruit of your womb is very important, because what I realize is my mom's side of family, typical broken kind of families, right? Dad's side, powerful families, blessed families, very faith-based families, right? Very blessed. Yeah. And I know that's not because anything I did, right? It's because my ancestors probably walked in the Most High. When I look at the blessings of Asher and what was put on the Asherites, I see that literally on my family, to the Kikuyu people of Kenya. But all of them ain't wake up to this. Right. Mm-hmm. My dad had admitted to me, like, he's come to believe and understand some of these things I've been saying over the years, but he's just vicariously living through me. He said he went through a stage of, Dad, we got to go to Africa, right? But it was just a stage for him. He thought this was just a stage for me. Okay. But now he's like, you know what? You were prophesied over to bring the world this way. I just didn't know what it was going to look like. Oh. And so now he's in a sense saying he's just vicariously living through me on the knowledge that I'm compounding on, because he's such a family history buff. Yeah. But I took it farther. Yeah. Right. Yeah. And so, I think so. I'm thankful for the blessings, my family and what was on Asher. But I also still see in my family, everybody ain't chosen still though. You might have the blessings on you from whoever you did, but that doesn't mean those blessings are going to take you to your salvation.
Yes. And I'm sorry, it just popped in my mind so quick. The other thing that I know to be true is that those who are chosen are usually also chosen early in life. So that's not to deter anyone that's in their later years and then want to get right with the Most High. You should do it for your salvation. Mm-hmm. But when you could go across, all the churches in America, and you can go and look and see what the congregations they consist of. You are not going to see that many that are in their 20s and they're like, you know what? I'm changing my life. I'm putting these things behind me and I'm focusing on the Most High. Even less that you'll see in their teens. Mm-hmm. So you'll see some in their 30s, but a lot of people really don't get serious about their walk to where they're like in somebody's church every single week until they're retired and their kids are away and they've lived their whole life. So I think a part of us being chosen is the fact that we gain the zeal while we are on the front end of our life, which means that we're going to dedicate so many more years to this. Like, we didn't say, like, all right, well, I'm about to get right with the Most High now. I'm like 67 years old and I want salvation. I don't just want salvation. I want purpose. Like, I want to spend the next
and the promises.
Years. I want the promises.
All the fruits of the Holy Spirit.
All of it. I want to be like aligned with the Most High before I, while I still have my energy and my youth. So that's why I think when I saw you come to PCC, you probably go like to church somewhere else as well. But when we see young people that come in and we know that they have the zeal, like we want y'all to stick around because it's like, okay, this is exciting. Like, we're building something.
Yeah, I feel that.
There's like an Ecclesiastes that Solomon says is remember thy creator in the days of your youth, before the days like get old and you have no joy in them.
Yeah, there you go.
Know there's blessings.
Because I'm gonna have the same energy at 60 something.
I believe it.
Say it.
Yeah.
Like, she got into existence 7. No, let me just say 90, just so we can speak that into existence. That age. But yeah, man. So alternative thought.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. So we want to discuss our alternative thought is like contrary to popular belief, or is this fake news? Just conspiracy theory. Different things we think. So we want to talk about music's effect on the subconscious mind, and just feedback, opinions. What do you think about that?
Man, music powerful. Like, even to this day, like sometimes like I'll be at work or something, I'm doing something, and then a lyric to like an old song just be in my head out of nowhere. But that's not something I was like consciously thinking about. So yeah, music, you know what I'm saying, it can affect your, like we all know, like it can either it can affect your mood, you know what I'm saying, in a lot of ways. So you gotta guard your gates for real.
Yeah. Question for you. What do you think about, I don't know how to phrase this, but what do you think about truth music being rapped over worldly beats? And I ask this because there's a song that came out, I listened to it on repeat this summer. It's called Keep the Faith. And it's just like, I think he's like from the UK. It got popular on TikTok. But he was rapping over Kendrick Lamar's All Right beat, like da, da, da. The song is fire, and I loved it. And I honestly, like, as I'm thinking about the question, I'm like, if you're seeking to praise the Most High, it should be okay to be rapping over like worldly beats, like trap type beats. I just want to get your thoughts on it.
I mean, I heard a lot of people got different like views. They say no, they say yeah, but I believe like you could put the medicine in the candy. You know what I'm saying? Like it's ways of reaching people. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't speak against it. Like, I've done it before too. Yeah. But and I've got feedback on it. Like, dang, I used to listen to that song, but now I listen to this. Like, I'm glad you know what I'm saying? So I think ain't nothing wrong with it.
I'll admit, being raised in the Christian church, I had the perspective of, bruh, you're still going to be thinking about the original lyrics, right? Like if you rap over swag surfing, like, come on, man, I'm swag surfing through your lyrics. No matter what you said, you know what I'm saying? If so it's just, so I feel like even in that, I don't know, I'm not in music, so I can't speak too much on it, but I do enjoy certain songs that I do listen to. Gemstones for Life. He used to go by Gemini. He used to rap with Lupe Fiasco back in the day, but when he turned believer, he became Gemstones. He rapped over Chief Keef beat one time. The craziest, fastest lyricist you've ever heard in your life. This guy, I don't know how he raps as fast, but he. But I stopped. I don't hear the lyrics to, that song no more because I've listened to it so many times. So I don't know. I think it just depends on the person. Some people kind of program themselves so much with certain music that they're always going to hear it no matter what. Yeah. But so other people, might have a clearer palate or more open spirit to not. Yeah.
I really think I kind of take it back to the lyrics.
Yeah.
Like the lyrics, and I think it's important for us to like Christian rappers or rappers that are putting out truth music. Like I know it's a way to lead people to Christ. I know it is. Sure. It's a way that people can just realize like, oh wow, like I can still enjoy music because music is very spiritual, and we want to enjoy it and in various settings, but it's I really do believe it's a way to at least start that conversation like, oh, I can listen to good music, enjoy it, but then it's like there's some conviction there too.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't like when I listen to Ishan or like a Naviel, or I'm like, oh, like it's a fire bar, but then I'm like, oh dang, I need to actually go think about this, like it just makes you think, and it's like, okay, let me go back to the word. But I think it's a way to reach people.
I grew up on Christian rap, like Cross Movement, Lecrae. Mm-hmm. I've got the 116 tattoo, when I was super Trip Lee, Flame, the Ambassador. These were like giants in the Christian rap industry who kind of really paved the way for faith being in rap for real.
Yeah.
And I know one thing is you can never appreciate any faith-based music until you get in your word. Yeah. When you can like really understand what's being said and conveyed because you've read the stories or you've read this verse, it's like, oh, I got that bar. Yeah. Right. Like there's you know what I'm saying? Oh, I got that. And there's definitely a huge appreciation. I grew up super hip hop. My dad's Boogie Down Bronx. We was watching rap battles on YouTube. Yeah. You know what I mean? Even in high school, I was in the circle where there was rap battling,
Roasting.
Joni.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, so definitely it does program subconscious mind. Like if you got bipolar and you listen to Gucci Mane all day, it's not going to help. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. Yes, and I think that we know that their music has an extreme effect on population and behavior, which is why it's used as a weapon. Yeah. So I think that we could just do our part to combat that weapon in our own homes, in our own cars, in our own minds. Mm-hmm. I know for me, I was like, okay, I'm getting serious about my walk, but I really was like not trying to let go of certain music. Like, okay, but what am I gonna listen to in the car? And like, so I wanted to like clean my life up in all these areas, but I was really like set on not changing the music. Mm-hmm. So then I just fasted to change my palate for it so that I would be kind of disgusted by some of the things I used to listen to, maybe not want to listen to it. Yeah. And I know there's a difference in my mood and my speech. Like I used to find it difficult to just not curse. Like I just couldn't.
No.
It was very difficult for me not to just use cuss words in my regular language, and changing my music changed that. So I know that music has an extreme effect on my subconscious.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. For sure, man. For sure, man.
I feel like you can't box the Most High. Like if you trying to say, oh, you got to make this certain type of music, like you can't do other styles of music. You boxing yourself in because this is an audience for different type. People like lyrical music. People like trap music. People like R&B. So if you just thinking, you just got to make worship music. Listen to gospel. You boxing yourself in. Oh, we boxing the Most High, and the Most High, he an artist. You know what I'm saying? So music is art.
And it's probably a thing to realize, just not realizing it's just your own mind that's boxed. Mm-hmm. Like for me, because like I said, my first perspective of wasn't too gung ho and rapping over it. Like I was already boxed and programmed to hear these lyrics that's why I first heard and I listened to it so much. Mm-hmm. But as you continue to listen to that music, even if it's not an original beat or it's over something else, you're reprogramming your mind to now this is what it is. So now I feel you. It's an audience for everything. That's the main thing. Like some things supposed to hit certain people, some things aren't. Yeah, So
I don't know about like heavy metal. I don't know about that genre of music. I can't do the same, but I don't know.
We need some water and honey after them sessions. Hey, but real quick, man. Last thing, because I know I got to go in a bit.
Oh yeah. Financial news, yes. So Bitcoin surpasses 100K. This is big. And
it was at 90.
No, it passed 100.
It went to 103. It got up to 103.
That was an all-time high.
Yeah. So crypto is starting to become mainstream now, like for real.
And they call it household.
We want to speak trading too.
Yeah. So do you we talked that service. You do a little day trading. Yeah. Do you trade Bitcoin or do you stay away from that?
I used to. Okay. I don't trade it right now.
Got you. Brandon, you do day trading as well?
Yeah, Robinhood just hit me with that 2 more trades, and we're gonna putting you as a pattern day trader. So I guess I got to do the. What platform do you use?
I use Pocket Options, and I'm starting to mess with something called futures.
Okay,
so that's where you can do contracts and stuff. You trade like everything that's in the stock and currency.
It's like options. Is futures like options?
Futures like options.
Okay.
See, Robinhood is about to ping me as a pattern day trader or whatever. So I gotta see what the difference between the cash account is and then the account I got and all this stuff.
Day trading is a thing of the past. Okay.
Of the past.
It's just give it on up. It's just retiring. Day trading is a thing of the past. It's like saying, yeah, I'm a secretary.
Forex is so
I answer landlines all day. I just call people on landline and be like, landline. You could work from home and just get a cell phone. Like
I still don't understand. That statement still don't compute.
I think that day trading was very popular in the early 2000s, like around the .com era, and now we're moving into a new era. So I just think that day trading is going to be obsolete.
I don't see how making possibly easy money is the thing. I feel like more people are getting into that now, though.
Yeah, I think day trading is definitely present.
What?
What are you talking about?
Because we are finding there are as we're seeing so many more ways for people to become entrepreneurs and just make money on their own. Day trading is just one of those lanes where people can be able to make a living.
As long as the market exists.
It's like Forex then. You might as well just say you guys are all going to do Forex.
We're not Forex niggas.
If the market closed, that's when you could say, all right, yeah, and you can't do nothing. But as long as the market exists, I feel like you can still day trade, hop in, to trades and make. But there's a difference between trading and investing. Like you want to invest in crypto, that's when you buy it and hold it.
Right.
So you're not actually
that's a good point.
trading and all that. Trading is when you analyzing the market and you know what I'm saying, you in and out. You're not holding it for like a month or 2 months, stuff like that.
Yeah. The longest contracts I do is like maybe 3 weeks. Like AMC right now. I know the Sonic the Hedgehog 3 movie is skyrocket AMC.
Why AMC particularly though? Like Sonic the Hedgehog.
I mean, I'm just thinking that's the first movie theater coming in.
When's that come out?
On the 20th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have my Sonic the Hedgehog shoes on with my geeky little. And I'm gonna be looking to make
contracts ready.
Yeah, I got it ready.
Yeah, you bring up a good point, bro, because you got to delineate between being a trader and an investor. I'm more of an investor. Like I mentioned this, I was like, I just can't do I can't do daily, weekly, maybe monthly, like on a quarterly basis. But it's just I did try doing the daily trading, and it's the anxiety for me. The anxiety, and I just really wasn't ready for it. Like I wasn't disciplined enough to be like, okay, I'm gonna stop here. I'm gonna take my profits here. I've developed more of a long-term perspective, and I think it's just depending on like your personality or like how you want to operate. But I definitely believe that everyone should invest, whether it's trading or investing. Like the way to really build generational wealth is by having passive income, and investing is one of those ways where you make your money work for itself. Cash Flow Quadrant by Robert Kiyosaki. When I read that book, I was like, oh, okay, I know what I want to be in the sense of like as an investor. So I'd encourage viewers to read that book, or if y'all haven't, it's a good book to read. Okay. Just understand, it helps you understand the different ways that people make money.
Okay, true.
What made you feel how you feel about the money?
Well, because I think like when it comes to financial markets, the thing that I think will make someone become successful in investing is looking futuristic in the way that it will be done in the future. And so I know that trading is one of those things like the stock market that when it was like first stood up, like in the 90s and in the early 2000s, like only the rich could get into it. And then now everyday people can get into it. But one day, like it's not going to be as lucrative to invest in the stock market as it has been. And so I think of trading in the same way, unless you are looking to like day trade in a different capacity, one that will keep up with like the direction that things are moving, it's bound to kind of like go out of style, just like anything, just because it's been around so long. People were making like a lot of money day trading in the early 2000s, and it's not as much money in there anymore.
Gold and silver, at least do that. That's the most highest currency. Yeah, gold and silver, precious metals. Shoot, how are you on time?
Oh, we good.
Oh, word?
Yeah, because I'm gonna go. Yeah, we good.
Okay.
Talk.
Oh, we good. We can rap. We can chill.
Rap.
All right. Well, no, that's dope. As far as trading and such. Well, yeah. I'm trying to get in, and I need to figure my Robinhood account so I can keep trading. So that's where I'm at with it. I definitely think before. Oh yeah, we do have a question.
It says, "Do y'all believe that works get you to heaven?"
No.
Not at all.
But works is evidence of your faith.
Mm-hmm. Faith without works is dead.
So if you have works, right? The word, the Messiah says you will know them by their fruits. Mm-hmm. And we know their fruits is a byproduct of your works, right?
Right.
How do you, how do you really, you feel like determine whether a person is just into their works or if they have the faith to back it up? Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure a lot of people in ancient Israel had the works down packed, right? But the lack of, faith, right? Uh-huh. So how would you say we can differentiate that, in today's day and time where we see just people who give back to their community. Mm-hmm. They seem a good person, they don't drink a lot.
This character.
But, yeah.
This character.
Yeah, I think I was just thinking of two precepts in Revelation. One of them is say, "Hear the patience of the saints, of them that have faith in Christ and keep the commandments."
Yeah.
And then the last chapter of Revelation tell you, "Blessed are those that keep the commandments, so they can inherit it. They were going to inherit the tree of life."
Yeah.
So I think you can't have one without. You can have faith, but you just like how you can't have faith without works. You gotta have both. So like you gotta have. Most I'm gonna judge you off your works too. You gotta have faith, but He's gonna look at how you moving and what she said, your heart overall, because you could do all that, but your heart be far from the Most High.
Sure.
So you got friends, you could do everything to keep all like the rich young ruler. Yeah. He said from my youth, like I kept all the laws and commandments. Like what can I do to, what I'm saying? He's like, shoot. He saw where his heart was at. His heart was on that money.
Throw
that money, give it away.
He's like,
I can't do it. So it's about your heart too.
Yeah. And so there's a writing, right? What is it? The book of it's about one of the most wicked king of Israel. The prayer of Manasseh, right? And it was a very wicked king of Israel, right? Who, when you read about him in whether in Kings, whether first or second Kings, he was very wicked. He killed people, prophets, all of that. And then towards the end of his life, he supposedly went back to the Most High. And his book is literally only one chapter, and it's the prayer at the end of his life, right? And it was actually canon even in the Ethiopian Orthodox, right? And a lot of people say, "Oh, you can give your life to the Most High, at the end of your life or whatever, you're good," right? But in the book of Baruch, which is another powerful writing, Baruch is the scribe of Jeremiah, right? Of prophet Jeremiah, and he accounts that this king did not make it. You know what I mean? This king, And so, what's your view on that? Right? On can you wait to the end of your life to get right? Because some people will say, "Oh, all you need is faith," right? Or you can live a life of wickedness and somehow find Jesus at the end of your life. What do you think?
Yeah,
I would like if you wait, if you doing what you doing, and you wait till I'm gonna wait till the last minute to repent. Like that's not genuine. He gonna see that. But if you like the dude that was on the tree next to Yahushua, like he that was genuine. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, okay, that was last minute. You know what I'm saying? But it was genuine.
Yeah, because that's when he realizes, oh, I've been wrong. Yeah, I gotta turn. That's good.
Yeah, y'all should. Yes, a journey for repentance. Says your faith alone in Christ can get you into heaven. And then she said, I believe that you can, because if in your heart you truly repent, then you will, right? And so, y'all should read that, prayer of Manasseh. It's whether you have the Sefer or you have actually the Apocrypha. it's it's this King's Prayer at the end of the day. But Baruch, I don't think Baruch is a prophet. He's a scribe, right? But in Baruch's opinion, he doesn't believe he saw the kingdom. But at the end of the day, only the Most High would truly know. Unless maybe
don't leave it to chance. Choose today.
Don't leave
to
it to
believe
chance.
Yahshua HaMashiach.
Right.
Work out your salvation with fear and trembling.
Yeah.
Right.
I think one of the last things we want to speak about is, I was going to say Feast of Dedication and Christmas, but what do y'all think?
Yeah.
It's holy, it's feast day season, man.
Yeah, it is. Feast day. So that was I think the last current event upcoming we had to discuss. So, for those of you out there who are looking for a way to observe the holidays, but not Christmas, and you want to replace Christmas, I think it's a great time to study on the Feast of Dedications and the story of Hanukkah and Maccabees. So we will actually be doing a live podcast recording at the end of the month for Feast of Dedications with our faith family. So I hope everyone, tune in and be blessed.
No, it's gonna be dope. Have you ever celebrated Feast of Dedication or Hanukkah? Okay, cool. Have any of us gone a full year of celebrating every feast day and holy day yet, or are we still? Okay, I missed that one, but I'm gonna get the next one.
Yeah,
I missed.
I definitely missed.
Yeah, I missed.
Okay.
I think I missed too. I'm trying to. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was thinking this year maybe, but no. I know I missed.
Chicago.
Yeah.
I missed Tabernacles. I really.
Tabernacles.
Yeah, I think I can't remember if I was out of town or just getting out of town or something, but
we just come back.
Oh, Kenya, and I had a lot going on. But boy, last year Feast of Tabernacles was not one to miss.
That was a blessing.
I don't know if y'all made the connection, but last year Feast of Tabernacles, October 7th, is when everything kicked off over in the Middle East.
It did.
It
did.
Yeah. Who was out there praise, worshiping, communing. Next thing you know, I look at the news article. Hey, y'all see what went on?
Yeah.
It was kind of like a sign,
Yeah.
That would literally be the start of World War III right there,
Those things usually happen on holy days, like large events. So just be mindful of it.
Yeah.
It's not on necessarily the Roman Gregorian calendar.
Okay.
So
how did you celebrate Feast of Dedication last time?
Or just gathering with my brothers and stuff. We got together.
Your people you connected with down here, did some of them come from home state or just people you met over time?
So one of my close friends from Detroit, he came down a couple months after I did. But a lot of I've been coming to Atlanta because I just met people through social media, doing music. It's people in a lot of states I got to interact with and stuff. So when I came down here, it was I just got welcomed. Oh, bro, come here. That's why I ain't had no home church or congregation because I be going here, I be going there.
I still do that too, bro.
Yeah.
Even though I'm at School of Hebrew Church in Philadelphia most of the time now, I still go to Boom. Still sometimes Boom just be far. And if anybody else was inviting me to their congregation gathering, I would definitely go check it out. Because for me, in my mind, I'm about the body, and I'll just choose who I want to assembly with.
Is that the place I met y'all at? That's y'all home congregation?
Yeah, it is. So that's PCC, Philadelphia Christian Church.
It's probably the fastest.
Somebody sent me one of the videos. I'm I went there.
Yeah. So probably one of his old videos. Did he have locks in there? Or did he have short hair? Okay. Yeah, because similar to Stephen Darby, most of us know him, right?
That's OG.
Yeah,
right. Right. Well, Pastor Omar used to roll with Stephen Darby when he was alive.
That was his mentor.
Yeah. And I see his videos circulating a little bit here and there, even some of the old ones.
Darby's?
No, Pastor Omar, especially the one where the Palestinians sent him that letter of saying, we know who the Hebrews are, I got that saved in my research folder.
Yeah. Yes. Listen, I think that's one of the things with the internet. You got to have your resources. Take your screenshots. because you never know, like when they can wipe the internet whenever.
Right.
Yeah,
From
very true.
websites and stuff. So,
but I look forward to Feast of Dedication, though, man. I look forward to I think I'm gonna start reading through Maccabees again this week.
Yeah.
Have you ever gotten to Maccabees?
I finished it, but I've read it.
Okay, yeah. That first chapter hits you like, this is what they did to Africa.
yeah.
Like that first chapter in King Poly, whatever, it talks about all the countries in Israel he went through, taking their gold and silver and taking it all back. I'm like, this is the first scene of Black Panther with Michael B. in the freaking the museum with fringes on. By the way, a lot of people notice he has fringes on in that scene, right?
Yeah.
And, throwing little shots at us in movies. Yeah, right. I don't know. Have you noticed that?
They do that all the time.
Yeah.
The Ish people, they're the writers. And they know the word, but they are just blasphemous.
Yeah.
And they're just disrespectful. They're like, oh, we're just gonna pervert it.
Yeah.
So much stuff.
Yeah.
But
all right, guys, let's wrap it up.
She ready to go. Well, I like how she look at me with
Rest over. I think we had like a really dope conversation today.
We did.
And,
I like how y'all set it up too. Like y'all got stuff y'all talk about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we try to keep it moving because our generation, our attention span is short, so we can't talk about predestination for an hour.
yeah.
We got to keep it moving. So I hope you'll come visit us again. Even come visit us at PCC again.
No,
We're definitely glad to have you.
You see what y'all doing on Feast of Dedication?
Be cool in real life.
Yeah.
Like we are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nah, for sure, bro. Nah, definitely see what's good with us on that, man. But
They just got a little baby.
all right. Well, I'll close this out.
Okay.
Well, hey, you guys. Appreciate y'all tuning in. This is Kingdom Outkasts Podcast, podcasting the truth of the way. Follow our boy NoNameServant on. Let's drop your socials.
NoNameServant on all platforms, everywhere: YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. NoNameServant.
Apple Music,
Apple Music,
Yeah.
Spotify, all that.
There you go.
Okay.
If you want to pour into our podcast and donate so we can upgrade and make this better, we're Kingdom Outkasts Pod on Cash App, Kingdom Outkasts Pod on Cash App. We're on all socials, Instagram, Facebook. What's up with our
TikTok, Kingdom Outkasts. Shout out to No Name for dropping that seed. Like, yo, listen, y'all need to be on TikTok.
We're on
As
TikTok.
soon as he told us that Saturday, I was like,
Yeah.
we started the page and we started posting.
Now, what's going on with our Spotify and other account?
The Spotify and Apple Podcasts, I don't know what to say as a parent, but we basically have to form as an entity.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Guess we got some things to
We got
talk
work
about.
to do, y'all.
Trying to elevate.
Yeah. But thank y'all for tuning in. Like, dislike, share, subscribe. Do what you do. We appreciate it. And until next episode.
Yes.
Much love and shalom.
Y'all be blessed.
Shalom.
Shalom.
You take a photo.
Oh, yeah, right here.
Oh, okay. All right,
So,
cool.
now.
All right.
Gosh, yo, I got it.
In stream.
So bad.
Just in stream, right?
Y'all post this on YouTube too?
Yes, sir.
You